Hello everyone, this is Infinity Karthik. Welcome to this fantastic session today. I'm a high performance coach and I'm also expert in mind rewiring. So especially when it comes to the stock market, one of the major challenge that all of you face is that, whatever you're looking from the emotions point of view. So until you actually have these emotions in the control, it's going to be a very challenging thing. How many of you have actually have gone through a situations where you have put the stop loss and the market has come here, it has hit the stop loss and has gone up? And how many of you have faced the situation wherein last time, because you have hit the stop loss, you've not taken the stop loss and it has come down completely and actually ruined your capital? How many of you had this challenge of going through that, going through all those aspects of doing everything correct, but still when you wanted to exit, you thought that, okay, I'll wait for some time, let me get some more profit, and then you get that entirely going. So this is some of those common challenges that most of us actually face it. Now let's hear the importance of this, the emotions that will actually come in. So why this is very, very important? So the quality of your life is determined by the quality of question that you ask yourself. So I had some of this question that I keep asking. So some people make more money and some people make losses, and they have the same teacher, they learn the same technical analysis. At the time of preparing this video, they had around 7,000 subscribers with Harsha, and they make a lot of money. And each person who is making money is having a different results coming in. Now let's look at it. What is the single most reasons which is going to distinguish you from others? This is what we call it as a cycle of market emotion. So now you look at this, the market comes with a different part in which you are looking at. Can you see this image and can you get connected with this image? If you feel you are getting connected with this, if you're watching any of those Zoom chat, type in connected. Otherwise, if you're watching this and you have a paper and pen, please write down it as a connected. It's very, very important. If it is required, please pause this video and look at this image very, very carefully, and you will figure out what are the other things that is coming in. So whenever you have a maximum financial opportunity that is at the bottom, that you don't take action. But when you have a maximum financial risk, which is the market is all-time high, and so probably that's where you go and actually put that and the market goes down. So the moment it goes wrong and you get more and more, it is the amount is going, it's getting eroded, and then all of a sudden you become so worried, and then you are at the bottom and you don't dare to go and take any action. That's the beauty about it. That's how this has been considered. Now let's look at the emotions. How exactly these emotions are going to be causing an impact. So I'm taking the three different parts of the emotions. These emotions could come and impact you in a direct way. Assume that you have got a wife or girlfriend who is having a different moods. And this different mood, maybe when she is happy, and on those days, maybe you will be very, very much profitable. And on those days where she is very angry or you had a fight with her, and because of that, your mind is disturbed and subconscious patterns are completely disturbed, that could take you to the next level, or it can literally make you to go down. That is another part of thing that you can look at. Now look at from the kid. Now I'm talking about the kid. If you have a kid at your home, and if that kid is very happy or angry, it is worried or excited, everything can impact you. Why it can actually impact you? Because it is going to make, because all of us are connected subconsciously, whether you like it or not. The way they are going to be talking at the home, the way they'll be the way you will be talking to them at the home and at the outside, that can create a huge impact. That you are looking at. Now let's look at this. Now other things that you are talking about is, it could be in your office. This could be in your office where you're actually looking at, you have a lot of people, or colleagues with whom you are actually working on, and these colleagues could be very happy, or especially your boss. Okay, when he is happy, The way he will be illustrating is completely different from when he's angry or is very upset with you. When he is upset with you and he shows that anger with you, that gets directly reflected into your emotions in terms of subconscious mind. When you go and place the trade, there's a high chance that you can make money or lose money, because you are completely disturbed with all those conditions. So it is very, very essential for all of you to make sure you're getting a very good emotional stability during those days when you want to trade actually. Okay, so now discipline is the key actually. If you take care of the discipline, everything is taken care. So your accuracy of 20 to 30% still needs to be there. It still needs to be there. Now I'm saying if you are having 20 to 30% of accuracy, you can still go ahead and beat the entire thing. But if you do not have that accuracy, even if you have 50% accuracy and your portfolio sizing is not correct, you'll end up in the loss. But if you have a great accuracy, less accuracy but a great portfolio management, that can literally take care of the entire thing. So discipline is the key. So how many of you want to understand this discipline based on the story? Type in story. If you are actually not using any of the Zoom chat to watch this video, write down on the paper it as a story. It's very, very important. Even though it is a recorded, I want all of you to be interacting with me. Okay, and here we go. This is a story about a person, a poor person. He used to be very, very good for a lot of people. In his village, he used to help a lot of people. The king became very much aware of him, and he wanted to reward him because he was treating or helping the people selflessly, sorry. And he calls that poor man and says that, I want to reward you. I want you to run to a level where you can run and then come back. Whatever the distance you're going to be covering and coming back, I'll give you that piece of land for yourself free. Don't worry, because you're already helping all my friends, all my fellow people. First he denies, but because the king insists, a king is there, you cannot say no because he's a king. Then he agrees and he goes back, and he starts going and he starts running, and to a level where he can actually go, and he comes back, and that land he actually grabs. He goes home. His brother will be there. Brother hears the story. He says that, oh my goodness, the king has actually done an injustice. He has offered you, and you have just taken some small amount of land, and you've come, I'll also come with you with the land, with the king. So we'll negotiate and we'll get one more chance. This time I'll run for you. The poor man says, no, I'm happy with whatever I've got. He said, no, let's go. He takes his brother and goes to the king, and he says that I want to run along with this. Instead of him, I want to run because he could have got a better land, but you did not allow him to actually run completely. The king smiles and he says, no problem, go ahead. And then this guy goes and goes on. And the king says, you have to come back. Only when you come back, you will be able to get those lands. Otherwise, you'll lose your existing land also. He says, that's okay. He goes and he starts running. He was so much greedy. He, from morning to evening, he will keep on running in one direction. Then he realizes that he has to come back. Now, when he has to come back, he puts his energy to come back continuously. Then he realizes that he cannot come forward, but he was so much determined because he wants to have the entire piece of land. He tries even more harder, and then he couldn't do anything, and he falls and he dies. That poor person, he had some land. Just because this guy was there, he lost that land also, and he lost his brother also. Now, this is a perfect example of a greed, where you had your money that you have invested in the stock market, and when the profit has come, just because you saw the profit was less, instead of taking, you let that one to go and go and go. Ultimately, when the market turns against you, not only you lose your original, you're losing a profit, but also you're losing your original capital also. Like in this case, not only he lost the actual land that he has got, but also lost his brother. Land, still he can get it again some other day, but he lost his brother. That is a critical part, right? So that is how become the greedy can be. So fear is another part of thing that we are looking at. We'll take that as a separate story. I hope all of you are able to enjoy this story. If you are enjoying this, and then type in enjoy, or maza raha hai, type in maza raha hai. Okay, now let's look at it. So especially when it comes to the market, you have a different expectation that you will have it. You want to become on the top of the mountain, and then you want to get started. And then you realize your actual thing is here. So that is not going to help you out in any way. So what, that's the reality. So you have to close the gap, okay, between the expectation and the actual. You have to close the gap, but that is a science, and it takes time. Okay, it takes time. Anything to do with emotions, anything to do with this one, it is going to take a lot of time. And the moment you're able to close this gap, you will see a tremendous results that will come in. So I want all of you to pay special attention on this, and let's look at it. So what exactly happens? What is the missing piece? Okay, what is the missing piece in the entire structure that we are looking at? So we'll come to that. Before that, let's go to the stop loss session that we are going to be talking about. How many of you want to understand? How many of you face this situation, right? You have you wanted to put a stop loss, then your mind did not allow, and then you have not put the stop loss, and on that day your entire capital went down, and you actually eroded it. And the other day you realize, okay, last time I had put the stop loss, I did not put the stop loss because of the capital has eroded. This time I'll put the stop loss, and you see that the market will come and hit the stop loss and it will go up. How many of you face the situation? Right? If you are one among them, type in me. If you are watching a recorded video of this, type in, or write it on the paper as me. So that is the key. Let's look at it. How exactly you want to be illustrating this in terms of a story? Now, this is a story that you and all of your friends have gone to a jungle, and in that jungle you are having a nice campfire. Okay, you are having a nice campfire, and you're enjoying your life along with your friends. You have a family and everybody. You got your wallet, credit card, everything. And then all of a sudden you hear a sound of a lion. The lion is actually roaring. Then what will you do? What will you do in this particular situation? Will you sit over there or you will run? Will you sit over there or will you run? Okay, great. So many of you are typing that you actually want to run. Okay, so those of you are watching this as a recording, you can write this on your paper. Now, if you are running, if the answer is that you're going to be running, then will you run and save your life first, or you will worry about your credit card, your wallet, where you have got more money? Right? Why I'm actually telling this is, if you have the thought process about keeping yourself, keeping that money, okay, even though I hear the sound of the lion, let me grab my wallet, let me grab my credit card, let me grab my money, and then I'll run. By the time you'll lose your life. Your stop loss is like that. If you don't put the stop loss, and it is like that, you are losing your life. When the market is going down and down, then what is happening is you tend to lose the entire thing. That can be a very, very disastrous things. That can be a very, very big disaster thing. Okay, so that's how you look at it. So you got to put the stop loss. If you are not putting the stop loss, then your life is gone. What is that life? Life is nothing but your principal amount. If your principal amount is gone, what do you think you can do? You can't do anything. That's how it is needs to be looked at. Okay, so now look at the expansion is about the same image that you're looking at. What is that missing piece? Okay, this is a secret part about all those people who will teach you, but they'll miss you about telling you this particular part. What is that missing piece? Is this what we are going to be talking here? Because this is the most critical part of the entire thing. This is the most critical part of the entire piece. Now let's look at it. Now look at what is that knowing whom you are. Knowing that whom you are, your personality is the most critical piece of all those things. So this is a very critical piece, but most of you will not teach you how exactly this needs to be considered. The day you understand whom you are, and based on your personality, how you can pick and choose the selection of the stocks, this kind of strategy you need to look at, whether you should be going with the stocks or whether you should be going for an options, that itself is a science. If you choose a wrong strategy for your personality type, or if you choose a wrong, uh, one of the for the personality type, you choose a wrong element, okay, or a wrong, it can be stock options or whatever you want to call it, a wrong combination of that, then you tend to lose the entire. Every war, okay, every battle is won before it is ever fought. Every battle is won before it is ever fought. If you like the entire video, have a YouTube channel where you can just go and subscribe this, and you'll be getting more and more details about this as we proceed further. Thank you so much for watching this video. Is it okay if I quickly introduce myself? And because I've given you the value, and you need to know how to whom you are actually listening to, right? Thank you so much for giving the permission. Yeah, my name is Infinity Karthik. Let me tell you a story of myself before we get started. On March 2020, so that means exactly and almost like a year ago, I was working in the HCL Technologies as a senior technical architect, and I was supposed to be traveling to US. I had my visa, I had my forex, I had my dollars, everything available with me, but there's one thing that was actually was bothering me. Uh, was that I had to just board the flight and go to US. But meantime, this Corona thing came in. But before the Corona was not so intense, it was just picking up, and we had everything available, and was about to travel, and all of a sudden I received a call from my manager, right? That you're not traveling to US because of the Corona situation. It was a shocking news for me. I do not know what to say because a lot of people were around me and they're watching this, and they came there to actually celebrate and give me a send off, and all this kind of thing. Everybody is happy, and then all of a sudden I receive a call that I'm not traveling. Almost the taxi was just 30 minutes away from my home. So I told the people that I'm not traveling. People said, Karthik, don't joke. And then finally, I had that very tough job of explaining this to people when people think that I'm joking them, and with that hard feeling. Okay, you can imagine what is going through my mind when I'm trying this. And then I thought for a while, and then I said, okay, let me do one thing. Let me call the person, the driver. And I called the driver and I told him that, um, see, don't come because I'm no longer traveling to US. You can stop, you don't need to come, and I'll pay the amount that is required. The moment people heard me telling that, that's when they realized that, yes, I'm really not traveling. And it took me a couple of days to overcome that shock and other stuff. And then one fine day I sat down and I started asking myself, remember, I keep telling, the quality of your life is directly dependent on the quality of question that you ask yourself. The moment, okay, the moment I asked that question, and then I realized, okay, then I realized I had a big vision of to plant 200 crore trees, water for all, education for all. And then I was not doing that. I was traveling abroad. So I strongly believe that when something is not working in your favor, the nature has a bigger plan for you. Then I decided to quit HCL. That's when my manager said, are you mad? So you've been offered 10,000 US dollar, that is 7.5 lakhs per month, and you're quitting this during this Corona time, and then you're starting this. I said, yes, I'm 100% confident that I must be doing this action right now. And that that one decision, okay, that one decision is going to change the life of crores of people, that I can guarantee you. So I was able to take that decision because I had practiced myself in the stock market enough that I could actually earn for my living. So when you prepare yourself to this kind of an extra skill that can take you to the next level, there is no way you're going to be failing. There's no way you're going to be failing. Okay, so that's my quick introduction. The reason why I shared you this is I took the decision of quitting my job because I had been practicing the trading as an income already. So that was one of my the strength that I had it as a backend. So it is very much possible for you to take drastic difference, I mean decisions, when you master the art of these kind of skills. This is a life skill, guys, and know yourself. That is the critical piece. Okay, that is a missing piece. Initially I used to lose a lot of money. I did not know why I'm actually losing it. Okay, so then I thought, I'm not clear with what needs to be done and other stuff. When I did entire research and I started doing, I realized there are main thing. One is the emotions, and second thing is you don't understand whom you are. It's a science. The more you understand your personality type, and then you build a strategy based on your personality type, that is where you make money. So most of the time this requires a lot of work to be done, sitting with you and also in a group in the initial days, and then that's going to give a fantastic results. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video, and have a fantastic day.